Okay. Okay, so this is just strictly for the internal community here. But what you want to do when you set up your affiliate marketing so that you can get other people to get compensated to market it for you is you want to go to, let's go to your business. Let's go to Purple Chipmunk. Okay. And then you see on the left-hand side right now, you can go to products. Okay. Now, you want to go AI Job Search Pro. So what you want to do here is you want to click on AI Job Search Pro, the actual name. Perfect. So you have apps, you have page, and then you have it's $29 a month recurring, right?
Yeah.
So how like what percentage do you feel like you are okay dropping as a referral fee for somebody referring you somebody?
Um, what's standard? I don't really know what the market is.
Well, you got to make a margin here somehow. I mean, it's 29,
True.
right? Okay, so if you let's actually before we think about the number, let's talk about the logistics. You want to go down to where it says product settings.
It's
Okay.
like,
All right, down here where it says product settings. Now you have add affiliate rate. Okay, and then you can create whichever affiliate rate that you want, right? So give me a second here. Affiliate rate, let's just say is, I don't know, pop in 10% seems kind of low. I think 30% seems kind of steep.
middle.
Huh?
In the middle. Is that enough?
I think 20, I don't know, you tell me.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so 20%, right? And then if you scroll down, because AI is moving so fast, champs, scroll down. There's the visible on store page. You want it visible on the store page so people can just grab it and start marketing it for you, right? And then where it says apps, go ahead and go to apps. In the middle, it says product apps and
Should I
page.
save this first?
Yes, you want to do that. This is like Microsoft Word back in high school.
Okay.
Okay, you Okay, so you have apps. So you have the community chat, you have the updates and resources, and then so you have this here. Now you want to go ahead and also add another app onto this where it says courses. Perfecto. So now you have like a course there, right? Now you want to go out there and save it. And then you see, this is just such bad. It's so bad because every single time brings me back to this fucking page, right? It's just so bad. Click on the name again. I was like, let me come on as a product management consultant, man. I mean, this is fucking horrible.
We're gonna decompose this thing right here and just put them up.
Right. Okay, so you have the apps, and then now let's go to page.
Okay.
Okay, now page, I think this is the thing that people really need to understand is we want to show as much as possible inside. So you actually want to get some screenshots of the dashboard. And most importantly, what are people going to really want to see? People are going to really want to see like interviews booked, right?
Right.
But from the photos, it's really hard to discern whether or not, like, what is it that I'm getting, right? So it's not the money, it's the value.
Okay.
So what you want to do here is you see that button where it says add media?
Aha.
Okay. Under add media, right? So we're doing all this shit. We're building in public.
Yeah.
Right. This is how lovable one is because like they actually they publicized their whole growth strategy on Substack and they documented fucking
That makes sense. I'm
Alexa.
100%.
What was from Wikipedia? Should I keep going?
No. Um Now it'll be very interesting when I take the electricity out And Alexa is still going after
Yeah. Oh
that.
yeah, no kidding.
Rich, turn me back on again. What are you doing, man?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what we want to do here is you see where it says add media?
Yeah.
Okay. So where it goes into add media, you can go ahead and add up to eight media assets. So that includes photos and videos. So what you want to do here is you want to add, I would say minimum 1 to 2 videos where you are actually recording the like, okay, what are they getting? How did they get started? Because the two things that people are going to want to know is there's 5 things that people really want to know to make a buyer's decision based upon Alex Ramosi. Number one is like dream outcome. Is it going to give me what I want? Number two is perceived likelihood of achievement, which is it going to work for me? Right? So inside, you want to answer that question like, well, like I'm not a product manager. It's going to work for me. I'm a software engineer. Or I'm a customer success manager, right? Or like, I reached out because I saw you were in revenue ops and I'm a growth person, right? Is it going to work for me? So you want to go ahead and one of the videos you want to ask, like, you want to say, like, you want to bait them in curiosity, which is like, this is the best background for it, and the best background is every background that can pay 29.99 a month, right? The third thing that is going to stop somebody from buying is basically effort and sacrifice. So, how hard is this going to work, right? So, you want to actually demonstrate not only is there's ease of use, but the other thing that we want to go ahead and demonstrate on this app is how much am I going to assist you? So I love Whop. If Whop is watching, I love you guys. I mean, I went to the Whop office, right? Don't cut our processor, but like initially, the education of me learning how to use Whop was actually very bad because like a lot of the people that are like the premise of Whop, I think is very, very genius, which is like you have a payment processing platform that also exists as an education platform. Because as a student with our program, you can see we have curriculum on there. We have event where we are category we hosting events on there, webinar, in-person events on there, webinars on there, and basically we also hosting the community platform on there. But it also serves as a payment processing platform. So it's this all in one shop. And then on top of that, it also serves as our affiliate platform and getting all these like, we're about to get 40, 50 people from the product management community to go market this guy for you, right? So it solves so many different problems, but the problem is this. The people that are using WAP are all like 18, 19-year-old kids either in Miami or Dubai, and the fucking education of it was just horrible. Right? It was just horrible. So we're screenshotting everything, popping it into like Claude, but the UI keeps on changing. So Claude's like, it appears that they have updated their user interface again, right? So in the effort and sacrifice portion, what you want to go ahead and address is also the following objections that they're going to have, which are, okay, how easy is it to use? This is how easy. And people like things in steps, no more than 5 steps. First things first is upload the resume. Then you add your LinkedIn. Then this is the data that you plug in here, and boom, and then it goes. Anything beyond 5 steps, as I always said with user education, you got to think of them as golden retrievers. Yeah, because nobody want to yell at a golden retriever, right? Well, you shouldn't, you sick fuck, but that's my favorite dog. It's the king of dogs out there. But anyways, like if anything is beyond 5 steps, you're just gonna get a customer that's gonna say this is too complicated, right? And it is going to go into shutdown mode because people's tolerance for new information is so weak that they're not even signing up. Like 11 Labs as a voice agent, I built our own voice AI agent because we've been getting calls book galore, and I simply just cannot answer another fucking. Is it a 1 page or 2 page? Fucking send no page, motherfucker. Like you're a PM. It's called A/B test. Do both. But like it's funny because 11 Labs they give you a lot of credits for free And most of these AI apps, it reloads monthly, if not daily, like Lovable at the strike of midnight, you got another 5 credits to go out there and play with, and they still can't get motherfuckers to go out there and use it, right? Because it's too complicated. So you want to go ahead and address 3 things. Number one, it takes only 5 steps for you to get started to address to now get this outcome. It is not going to take you more than 1 hour. Anything that requires more than 5 steps and 60 minutes of your time is too complicated. It's too fucking complicated, right? So it's like, this is actually where like these vibe coding apps, you never want to make your customer feel stupid. They walk
Yeah.
around the street and they said, "Hey, is there something you want to build on Lovable?" It's like, Lovable doesn't have a mobile app. So you have a bunch of motherfuckers that are like, "Am I not finding the app?" It's like, "Oh, it's too complicated," right? You get the customer that's just like, "Oh fuck, I can't deal with it anymore." So number one is that. Number two is we have a live support forum here. So when you joined Whop, you got a support ticket. But when people ask questions about, well, what don't you like about Tinder? I don't know. What would you like Tinder to be? I don't know. Right? So you have to have a forum in there where it's generating a lot of feedback because people ask questions based upon they're just waiting for the first guy or girl to ask a question. And then they're like, oh yes, yeah, yeah. How would you do that? Because everybody's a golden fucking retriever, right? So you want to show that it's there. And then you want to show that for the people that actually can do it, is that we also have some course education for you. And then you also want to show some success outcomes, right? Uh, the fourth thing is going to be pricing. So, pricing, you always want to go ahead and let them know the value of you not taking action is this, but also, I'm also going to throw in this, which is like, we can throw in like a resume review for you, whatever, right? Because now you have aggregated all these resumes. It's like, well, I guess my search is on autopilot, but I don't think people are that oblivious to be thinking this. But if my resume is pretty shitty and I'm just gonna make a cowshy wager that it is, well, it's still not gonna. I was like, okay, so think about all the other problems that they actually have coming down the line. This is what makes our program of getting people product manager jobs. Wow. And every other program different is like, because we swear by this book, The $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozy, right? It's like make a list of every reason your customer has to say no. I don't want to sign up for personal training. It's too expensive. Sell these PDFs. I can't stick with the diet because I'm an enterprise tech salesperson and I travel a lot. Okay, well, we'll provide you with alternatives, right? Is that I always forget that I have to do intermittent fasting. People always, and it's not just one product. This is what actually why when people tell me like, Rich, you should get into this business, I was like, so as long as I gotta deal with people, there's gonna be 100 million fucking reasons why they want to say no, and there's always gonna be some bullshit because everybody's always opting to do nothing. It's the safest thing because biologically we're wired to go ahead and just save ourselves from disappointment. I don't know what disappointment you can get for signing up onto a free fucking lovable account, but people still feel like it's just too much.
Oh,
It's too much, you know? So they got to feel that. So like, something else that you can also do on the payment is also like you can also have like a 7-day trial before the credit card flips over. That's also something that I can show you how to go out there and plug in right now. But at the same time, the fifth thing is basically urgency, right? So the other, oh yeah, one more thing that you used to go out there and fight a price on is actually if you give people a reason that they're going to be making money with you. So we throw out for our course offer, we throw out a 25% referral fee. So when you do a testimonial with us, like, oh, this program got us a product manager job, or this program got us a cybersecurity job, right? And right now, if you're getting jobs out there, you hotter than Red Cross in North Korea. Okay. How the fuck did you get that job? I applied, motherfucker. But like, can you talk to this person? No. Okay, we're gonna hand you over 25%, right? So that's like $1,750 that is immediately paid out through our Whop affiliate program. Well, that changes the conversation entirely, right? Because people love money. They really do. And if they see a pathway in getting money, that's going to make them that much just more excited about actually working with you. It's funny because Matthew McConaughey, he said like there's a time in his career he decided that he's like I'm no longer going to play that teenage heartthrob because I'm no longer a teenage heartthrob. I'm going to do only serious roles. But people are like, nah, dude, come on, stop fucking around. And he's like, they said like 8 million. He's like, I'm not doing it. 10 million. He's like, I'm not doing it. 12, $14 million. And he's like, let me take a look at that script one more
Wait just a minute.
time.
This character has depth.
He was like, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm a professional, always read the script, but he's like, the jokes were funnier. I had ideas of where we can go. I was like, there could be some real character development with this guy.
Who doesn't like toothpaste?
Oh my, 100%, man. So like, how you overcome the price objection based upon this is like you make a list of reasons, every fucking reason that they have to say no, right? And then you provide them with the solution. Now, in terms of the price objection, is like when people figure out like, oh, I can actually make money with you guys. Well, that's a completely different story, right? And then you show them some social proof on that. And then the last thing is basically is like it's urgency. Urgency, I think everybody has like a different timing, you know? But like I think that's also why like you want to create you want to have like this is actually why our newsletter is so strong is we give out all this free shit because we're aggregating emails, right? You got to understand when it comes down to urgency, a lot of times it's just people's timing is just different. Um, so when I was living in Asia for 2 years, the hilarious thing was I would do some calls with people that have like they would book calls at 1 a.m. and then like New York time, which was like afternoon time on the other side of the world. And it's just like you don't that's when people are feeling the shittiest. You want to do speed to lead, right? That's the most important thing in sales. Like you don't want people to have like a full meal and then like no, like get a full 8 hours of sleep and then get a breakfast bagel, have an orange juice and 8 puffs of freaking vape later, you're like, oh yeah, I had that call. And then, like, you're not feeling that bad about your situation, right?
Yeah,
You're not feeling that bad about your situation. So when it comes down to timing, this is actually why like we need to get this affiliate program going because there's going to be only so many videos or posts that you can make. And maybe somebody doesn't resonate with your story, but the more user generated content, UGC, that you can get, and people are feeling like we have so many coaches on the roster because like I'm this freaking Chinese guy that splits his time between New York and Korea. Like, if you take a look at our testimonials, we own the Chinese and Korean product management market. That is our fucking territory. You know? Any Asian founder trying to push out a vibe coding app, we get a call. That is our that is our fucking distribution hub. But like the thing is this, right? People are gonna resonate with other people. And through our affiliate coaching program, people are amazed like, oh, that guy's with you, or like that girl's like, yeah. Because you would never buy from me because you're like, what the fuck does that guy know about me? Right? That's why the influencer marketing is so important. It's because like it's really hard for a brand to fit. Even at the Amazon level, it's really hard for a brand, and they're spending a lot of money on influencers. It's really hard for a brand to feel like they're going to be able to resonate with everybody, especially when you're Jeff Bezos, you lay off like 30,000 people while you're at Paris Fashion Week, and you're like, yeah, yeah, we'll be back for the Super Bowl, Like, it's really hard for some people to just be able to understand what that life is like,
right, right, right.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So. the five things, let's take it at the very, very, very top is first things first is the dream outcome. We want to make a video addressing that this is going to go ahead and get you more interviews by applying less. And this is exactly how it works. So we want like no photo. Definitely not this. It looks like a freaking like EDM version of an X-Files reboot. Is definitely not, and neither is this copy. Your job search on autopilot's going to be able to convey that. You're gonna have to show the inside of how it works, and they're gonna want to see that. So the dream outcome video, you have to go out there and produce one. And the second thing that you want to do is likelihood or perceived likelihood of achievement, which is like, can it happen for me? Everybody's gonna look for some reason why it's not gonna happen for them, right? The reality is you fucking make anything work, you can make anything work, right? But you want to show some variety of like this works for people that come from like this role, this role, this role, this role, this role. Uh, but you also want to let them know, like you can always reach out to me to ask me if you think this is why you want your LinkedIn handle or some kind of handle where they can reach out to you and ask, hey, can this actually work out for me? If you don't know if this can work out for you, by all means, reach out to me, right? Third thing here is effort and sacrifice. All right, so that's the third video. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, how difficult is this? Okay, we got to go ahead and actually address that. How difficult is this? Okay, so there's going to be three things that we're going to do to ensure that this is going to be a seamless and painless user experience for you. Number one, we have live feedback. People don't give a fuck about curriculum. Last thing they want to do is read a bunch of PDFs. This is why IKEA is smart. You take a look at American instruction manuals to assemble furniture, and then you take a look at what the Swedish did. It's fucking genius, right? Yeah.
Pictures.
It's
Fun. Yeah.
fucking genius, right? It's fucking photos that they can sell from like Brazil to freaking Japan, right? You seriously cannot fuck that up, you
Sorry.
know? That's actually why probably I think the best product education people in the business would be IKEA, you
That's
know.
true. Yeah. It doesn't
You
get any harder than build your own
right, right,
shoe.
right. But you have to make it that simple. I think like if Claude made it simpler for people, I mean they would just get more users,
Yeah.
and then they get more people paying $100 a month, But anyways, you want to address that. The fourth thing here is you also want to tell them in a separate video how they can make money with you guys. People always gravitate towards they either are running away from pain or they're running towards pleasure. What's better? One of my favorite movie titles is Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? You do both. You know, you don't know which one's going to hit with which person. So you could come out and say, for 29 bucks a month, I'm saving you at least 40 hours. Well, maybe somebody doesn't value their fucking time, you know? Bro, I'm unemployed. I ain't got nothing but time right now. Like that's the thing. People are fucking, so you got to give them reason to get them hot, right? So like, okay, but I'm also throwing out there a 10, as you can see down here. And if you scroll down on your product page, right? And then you got to look at it. We'll back it. This is actually the bad part. You got to look at it from the side of like the public facing one. Because if we save this, we go back into the payment page again. So let's not do
Yeah.
that. Let's not do that yet, right? So like you want to give them some math to go ahead and actually work with. So for our low ticket offers, we're selling it right now at like 57 bucks, right? And if you're thinking like, oh, $28.50 is not a whole lot. It's like, yeah, but when you think about it, our CompTIA, our cybersecurity study guides, you got 4 to 4.8 million shortage of cybersecurity professionals out there from Australia to the UK. You do about 100 of those a month recurring. Well, all of a sudden,
It's not too shabby.
right, right, right. That like, but you can't expect people to do the math in their head like that.
Right.
You got to be very visual in showing them, right? Uh, so you do that, and then the last thing here in terms of urgency, how we override urgency is you get the team to go out there and do user generated content for you, right? And then now we have this thing running natively wild. You know, at the very bottom, what you want to do now is under where it says add frequently asked questions. Once you've recorded those Loom videos, right? You now want to go ahead and create the following prompt on Claude. Like, these are the following main objections that they're going to have at the very top. You know, we want to be very like, what do you think the question, generally speaking, they're going to want to know, can this deliver a result for them? How hard is it going to be to go ahead and deliver this result? How hard is it going to be for them to use? I want you to think about every possible friction point, and here are some of the major concerns that I've addressed, and I've attached the Loom transcription. Okay, because Loom has you can record up to 25 videos for free, and then you download it, and then you upload it here. I've attached all of the Loom transcriptions for you. Can you go ahead and create answers within the word count that is available for the frequently asked questions section to go out there and convert customers? And then, basically Claude does the rest, and then you just have to copy and paste it over from Claude. And then we run another training with people where you make sure that they get their affiliate link. That one I can actually help you out with, but you have to get people signed up into your Whop. And then that's the next thing that you have to do now, right? Is you have to create the user education for how somebody can go ahead and actually be an affiliate with you. Which, honestly speaking, hit the save button right now. We might as well just get on that bad boy right now since we're recording this, we're building in public, right? Once they basically have this, you're gonna send out, that link under, you see here where it says like, go down to where it says GU. Oh, on top right, that icon, the circle icon, GU. Okay. And then you're going to go to affiliates, right? And then you go to refer buyers. Okay, great. And then you go to Purple Chipmunk and it says view assets. Now you have this unique link. That's your unique affiliate link right there where it says the 20%. So if I attach that thing to my YouTube channel, my newsletter, or whatever, I'm now going to get that 20% freaking fired back over to me, right? So you need to provide that user education. And this is actually why I love the Watt product, but user education is non-existent. Where the fuck was it? Right?
Right. Yeah,
I'm fucking doing their fucking customer success job right now, right?
yeah,
You know?
for sure, for sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? Because like you didn't even like people were like, well, they could just call us like, how the fuck would this guy even know to ask you this question? Because he didn't even know this existed. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I thought that
You have to show this is so now you just went through this as a customer yourself, right? So the customer doesn't know what they want or need, right? So we know that in product management already. So you actually have to provide that end user education of, okay, you come in here, you go down to your freaking, name identity icon on the top right. You click down here, you click on affiliates, you're going to see dashboard refer buyers and sellers. And then what you're going to do here is you're going to go to refer buyers, and then under refer buyers, where it says purple chipmunk, you're going to click on view motherfucking assets. And you see here where it says affiliate link, you have to walk them through step by fucking step. Literally, people have to think like it's fucking IKEA.
right.
That's why the hottest job in tech does not require coding. It's because nobody is like, what am I gonna do with Replit? It's like Replit can now, like, looking at your face, I know how to do that shit with Replit. Are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck would I know how to do that? I don't even know where to download you, motherfucker. You know, like you gotta you gotta talk to customers like they're fucking golden retrievers. So now that you basically have the affiliate link, now you got to go ahead, and this is actually the fun part about building in public is this. Now on our next video, that's why you guys got to subscribe and keep watching and reach out if you guys want to be a product manager because this is the future of product management right here. Is the next thing here is now you got to show people how they can promote, right? How can they promote it on TikTok? How they can promote it on YouTube? How they can go out there and promote it? And then you're gonna have motherfuckers that are gonna give you even more pushback. Well, I don't want to show my face. Who the fuck said anybody wanted to look at it?
Sorry.
You can make a faceless YouTube video. Genius? Oh, right, exactly, right. You know, you can make it faceless. So like to give you like a good indicator of like, actually, I showed you this one, right? Let me share my screen really quick, which I think is freaking hilarious in terms of like end user education. Uh, Give me a second here. I'm gonna move that. All right. So what they really gonna want to go ahead and see is we want to make it this obvious right here. Like we grabbed all the study guides for you to go ahead and pass the questions, right? And what we did was we grabbed all the questions for you, and on top of that, we popped it into flashcards for you too, right? So we're thinking to ourselves here, and I know you're probably thinking to yourself like, this Blair Witch Project looking fucking video over. But you also got to think about like who's buying it, right? You can't think like how people at our age is going to transact. You got to think about how this Coachella overpriced Erewhon smoothie motherfuckers.
Avocado toast ordering sons of bitches.
Hey man, that's who's transacting. Look at this. It's like, if you guys want to buy this, hit me up. 420, like 429 comments, like, yes, cyber. How the fuck do I get access to this? Someone was like, I tried to buy this thing 3 times. I was like, stop trying to buy it with Apple Pay. Use a real credit card. You know? Like, but Whop now lets you basically see all of that so that we're thinking here not just like building is no longer like if you want to get rich off of vibe coding, building is no longer the problem right now. And that's actually the whole purpose of this video. And also a good understanding for like just businesses in general is that it used to take the development life cycle used to be like what you just did right now with that purple monk chipmunk would have taken somebody about 8 to 13 months
Oh,
like working.
and maybe half a dozen people too. Like,
Right. Like, and even if they even like, I'm just talking about on the low key doing it on their own after work. Like, you come straight home, it's like, honey, don't talk to me. I gotta get on this motherfucker so I can quit this fucking job. Right? But like now it's just like but during that time, what people used to do was they did a little bit, they would be dropping little cookie crumbs like trailers because they would have at least some parts ready and they would just show some of it because they knew nobody was going to really buy, right? So you had 8 months to work up the anticipation, right? And the buildup, all the while you're studying you're not building all the time, you're studying your market competition while you're building. Because when you're going to get stuck on building something, you're going to go, what are you going to do? You're going to naturally do some research. And then you're going to look at what your competitors are doing because maybe they had an upgrade. And then you do, well, I had all this good information, so I'm going to drop some of that as marketing assets out there. And you're building up your distribution and your following before you make the drop. That can no longer be the business model if you want to go to market anymore. You have to have your distribution right now in place. That's why all these podcast motherfuckers are becoming VCs because like VCs, they don't operate any differently than like a movie studio, right? You have the Avengers coming out, or you have like the next Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and they got to go to Conan. And you notice they're going on. The game plan's been pretty succinct since like we were kids. which was like you go to Conan O'Brien, the Jay Leno show, you host
The morning show.
SNL,
Do the
right?
morning show.
Right. The morning show, every single talk show where people do nothing but now it's podcasts, but people used to watch Oprah all the time, right? And it's just a bunch of motherfuckers that are sitting around doing fucking jack shit, right? And they're like, oh yeah, like, watch this movie. Like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and watch this freaking movie, right? Um, Tech was the same thing too. It's like, okay, we're gonna dump 100, $200 million in this company called 11 Labs or like Lovable or Replit, and we're gonna get press packages released out there. We're gonna go to TechCrunch. We are gonna go to Fast Company. We are gonna get your face on fucking All In podcasts, right? We're gonna get your fucking face on this freaking like everything, right? Like even like Andreessen Horowitz guys, they're going on Joe Rogan podcast right now, and they're all becoming content podcast houses. You want to know why? It's because like they're like, fuck these guys. Like, why do we have to wait on this schedule, right? Like, we want to have that distribution where we drop now, you know? So like that's what essentially we're doing right here too, is we have all this distribution. So come to us, right? And then, but like, if you have what they found out was like ad spend, probably if you were like hit me up like in 2018, I would have just introduced you to our ads guy, right? But ads don't work anymore because everybody just keeps spending more money on ads, but the return on investment is just lower and lower and lower. What are finding out is that the best return on investment is two things. Number one is UGC, user generated content, and the second thing is employee generated content. Employee generated content has a 561% engagement rate. So this is why like the mother lovers that are like, so a day in the life of a product manager at Spotify, people wonder why are they getting laid off? Because they're a commercial for the business, because that guy or that homegirl is has 561% engagement. And meanwhile, you here thinking you too good to play the EGC game with us. Why the fuck do we need you? Like like what we need right now is awareness, you know?
Right.
That's what we need. Unless you're just that badass like Claude, you guys can just keep manufacturing fear marketing at its finest, right? Like they're the ones putting out the news out there like Mythos broke out of its sandbox. Like you honestly think that fucking company would leak some shit that they didn't want leaked out there? Yeah.
Okay.
Like
That's
you
true.
couldn't find out where that shit came from in 20
Or
minutes.
or it's a happy accident and then it turns into a press party. So they're like, capitalize. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, yeah. One of these days, though, it's gonna be for real. Like an Ultron's gonna break out, and they're gonna be like, "No, this is real." Yeah, but like you do this thing from the very top. So like, we have the pricing. We want to get, this is the beauty about being part of the tech careers family. People is that we look out for our own here. We're not just talking about having the skills, obviously, to go out there and build it. But this is also why, if people are building the app, they have to show the whole 0 to 1 of building the app. Because, like, people need to resonate with that story of, like, they gotta be rooting for Justin as the hero, right? And then they'll just buy it just straight up for being a fan because the other thing about why all these people are doing that, it was like hilarious. There's I think 6 Korean guys from Canada that flew to Korea to do a hackathon and they ended up winning the hackathon competition for Coupon, which is the Amazon, the Korea's version of Amazon. They're Amazon looks like fucking Santa Claus compared to these guys, dude, because they do overnight delivery. So if you order like a fucking orange juice at 11 o'clock at night, it'll be there at 5:30 a.m. tops, right?
Damn.
Not bad for a country with declining population, but that's a different story. That's a different podcast. But,
Lots of are declining.
that's probably one of the reasons why it's declining. Everybody's working overnight. But like they had this whole story about like we got to go ahead and we flew to Korea to go out there and win this hackathon, and we got 36 hours, and the whole thing was like Nobody even knew what they were fucking building, but like they were doing the whole whiteboarding version. They're like, then we got stuck on 9 side quests, and we're like, guys, you don't have, we have time. We got 36 hours. And then like once they actually dropped the app, but they're like, but you're probably really curious right now. What's our app? Stay tuned. So they had this whole thing, and then when they dropped, they already had the distribution to go all in on that. That's actually why the podcast Diary of a CEO, he's getting into the VC game, and that's why all the CEOs are on there. But he ended up becoming a VC himself because he already has this very active audience of degenerates that don't do anything with their lives that's listening to him. So when whatever thing that he's a part of and it drops, you're seeing like Mr. Beast, right? Getting like starting his own like burger restaurant and all that kind of shit. Like all the brands want to partner up with him. He just was part of an acquisition for a banking app for you know you really young people, because what they realize is like the Wells Fargo or Chase account that you start when you're like 16, you fucking stick with for the rest of your life. So, but it's a really high customer acquisition cost for banks. But he has zero customer acquisition cost because that's already his customer base, right? So the next takeaways is what is all this? Here are the following next steps. And I've been doing this long enough to actually know how to recite it from verbatim in my sleep. Is number one, we want to go ahead now and I don't know how much longer Figma is going to be around, but I was going to say Figma is you want to optimize every single part of the funnel, right? From left to right, which I'll be happy to do in another video. But we need to go ahead and we need to get the affiliate links. Let's work backwards. We need to get the affiliate links for our UGC army to go ahead and be able to promote it. But before we get them the affiliate links, we need to update that checkout page because right now you only got one photo. You don't have the FAQs answered. So we need the videos to be able to answer those questions of dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, effort and sacrifice, pricing and timing. And then we need to go ahead after that. We need to be able to, that's the second thing that we need to do. The third thing we need to do is we need to add the FAQ questions on there. Now, the fourth thing that we need to go ahead and do after that is, well, now we got to go ahead and get the affiliate links out to those people. But that's all the shit that you have to do before you get the affiliate links out to those people. But what happens after they get the affiliate links? Well, now you got to create the content. Now they're going to need the content to be able to, well, how do they take this and monetize with you? So that's the next thing that you got to go ahead and think about, right? So until you get that stuff out of the way, you can't have anybody get the affiliate link shy of me because I see this and I already see where we can go with it, right? So like, yeah. What question? We're gonna get this thing up on you on YouTube, but this is like gonna be like our growth product management like growth going like our go to market series. But what questions do you have for me?
Yeah, you dropped it. You dropped it. Uh, I think honestly, it's just get the fucking work time. That's
Yeah,
it.
right. But does it like make sense in terms
Oh,
of like,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, and it also has the advantage of being true. So I think that that's also useful. So grounded in reality and coming from folks that are theorizing about this, you're doing it.
it's just road mapping from okay, on one end of the spectrum is we want hard US currency wired into our wired into our bank account.
Yeah,
And on the other end, so this is where we are now. This is where the fuck we try to go.
goddamn right. And this is
So
honestly, this is the same fucking thing that everybody fucks up. And everyone's does this. And like I know this shit. We have the same library. We know all these things, but that doesn't help because when it's time to go, you need just a little push, and you go, yep, got it. Now it's just that's why I really don't have any questions because you're fucking exactly right. This is the missing piece, and there'll be others, but this is the one that needs to get done now.
well, from the group chats and like the growth marketing like masterminds that I'm a part of, they're like this is honestly now it's actually a good thing is like this is actually but this has always been the hardest part except for the longest time you would build and then market. Now you got to market and then build. But yeah, this one guy that's like running the marketing mastermind that I'm part of. He's hilarious. He's like, but take a look at, he's like, if there's one thing that human beings have consistently gotten better at as we have evolved, has been war and killing each other, right? And people still get that wrong. It's like you're supposed to make sure the food, the munitions, and the supplies are there before the boys land, and they still fuck that shit up.
Getting everything lined up is difficult. Well, and it's, I get it. Like everyone's, oh, but there's so much to do. And, as builders, you want to put your head down and just hide and like make things, but that doesn't really, shit still has to get sold. It does not fly off the shelves. I don't care how fancy your shit is. It needs to get sold. Period.
Building in like I'm gonna like probably like one of the most awesome probably like one of the most awesome like newsletters that I've been reading about growth has been this is the I'm gonna send you this right now, but this has been the Elena Werner. She is the head of
Oh,
growth.
she's awesome. She's
Yeah,
loved.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's
At
good.
Lovable.
Yep.
Yeah. But like she'll actually like say like, okay, we stopped forcing the subscription model on our users and here's what happened.
Right.
But it'll be like a few weeks before that is like, okay, so we're gonna try some things. We're gonna see if we can get away with forcing
Yeah, of course.
subscription. Right. But like this is like um they're very much building in public like hard. But they're also like showing the growth side that's like in public. I haven't seen that many companies, and I would attribute that this is actually one of the reasons why people have why like this has actually grown as fast as it has. Yeah. So
That was Vaynerchuk's whole deal. It was like, guys, stop trying to be perfect, stop trying to present, just document what you're doing, right? It doesn't have to be fancy. Don't do the polishing shit. Don't be just get it fucking out there and be honest.
if there was any time that I really regretted about the business was like us not documenting what we did during COVID. That was like I have to like really give it up to the team. Like it was a fucking masterclass in like wartime product management. How fast we able move. I like it would have made an epic fucking Netflix fucking 5 episode series, right? Because we had a lot of challenges on there. But I think the
Still
other
can if
reason,
anybody's watching.
right?
Subscribe.
So yeah, that's actually why we're doing it right now, right?
Okay.
That's why I'm like so pumped up about getting all of you guys taking off is because the biggest problem in marketing in driving revenue has been what the fuck did we do last time when we ran across the same shit? That was the thing. Like you cannot have these notes. You gotta like actually do it like live.
Right.
And you can go back and like refer to it because it's honestly the same group of problems over and over and over again. But people just forget what was their game plan the last time versus like you take a look at Coach Bill Belichick, right? They got like guy would be like running plays from like I remember I saw a snippet of that binder like you know the season from like 2007 we ran that against
Yeah, I love when they can like
against the
replay.
Bears.
Yeah, like we know the play they ran in the third quarter is fourth and
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like
all of it, 100%.
freaking uh yeah, I mean, because you waste so much time, but I think it's also the other cool thing is that if you take all this information now that's being documented, because we're not getting that far off between like it can do transcriptions right now, it can do screenshots, but I think it's going to get really good at not just AI is not just getting good at analyzing video, but actually recording and viewing the video as we're viewing the video. You're going to have this huge repository of like, okay, so what did we do? Like, this is our problem right now. What did we do last time when we encountered this? Um, yeah, So let's get these action items knocked out. You tell me when, and then like let's get on this freaking YouTube call again, and then like let's go out there and map up the next steps. But while everybody's freaking watching whether or not the Hormuz Strait is really open or it's really closed, like let's go out there and print fucking cash, dude.
This is the hustle, guys. This is what you're signing up for. This is the stuff that sounds glorious, but this is the hard shit that nobody wants.
You're laying down, you're laying, people. I think that's like the people that are ultimately going to win against the AI in the era of AI is like anything that needs to get done is just going to need to get done. So like even sometimes I'm thinking like, okay, like we cleaned up like, some bullshit on like fucking Instagram, right? It's like, is that going to lead to revenue like that night? And it's just like, well, eventually we were going to have to make it there anyways. And then like, you might as well just get this done because while you're doing it, you're going to generate all these different ideas of like, okay, I could do this thing better. And then now you're like going on to the next thing. So it's just, waking up, you're gonna be going to fucking war till you go to bed, and then wake up, fucking do it again. You know, that's how empires. I was a history major at Loyola Marymount University. Like empires die when people get too comfortable, and quite frankly, there's been a lot of peacetime product managers for a real long fucking time, and it's now time for fucking wartime product management.
Throwing some elbows. Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Like, let's get that done so we can get the affiliates over to the team. And then, like, also, I actually had this conversation with people like today for the coaching call. Every company right now is trying to figure out how to manage affiliate marketing, how to because influencers are driving the most revenue, and like that's why they're hiring influencers to manage influencers because only influencers speak the languages of influencers and they understand like what these people ultimately, how is this going to grow their brand, how is this going to help them net like other deals and stuff, right? So like because it's the revenue driver and like all these roles that have different titles at the end of the day is can you move cash into the bank. So the best way for you to learn about the experience is to actually be an affiliate so you know how to run your own affiliate army. And then now that we're about to have like 100 profitable affiliates that can literally move any motherfucker out there. I don't care if it's a fucking goddamn Korean pain patch. This goddamn fucking hand sunscreen from the motherland. I am PPL galore on these coaching calls, man. Just move all that shit. But what I've noticed every single time is you have to have those components. Number one is you got to have the affiliate link so other people can go out there and get rich with you. Those people need the education of how to go ahead and promote your product. And then on top of that, you also need the education for the people. Like people need to have some kind of community access with the product that they're using. Like the best thing for like Claude right now is to have their own WAP where you have people that are like, because all these fucking shorts that are dropping on Claude Design, and by the way, this version is hype. The next version, I have no doubt, is going to be a murder weapon. But like, you're only making people feel very stupid. Like, is there something that I'm missing? Like, if they actually had their own WAP community, like people can actually like, I want to know how to use it. Like, no, you don't have a problem selling people the need or the significance, right? I fucking don't fucking know how.
You know the best example I can give you of this? Salesforce. If you're new to that platform, like I was when I had to switch over from pure product to RevOps, right? When you're coming into that for the first time, it is a shit show. And just the amount of misinformation, because to your point, that shit doesn't even change that often, right? It takes decades for them to change things. But still, the amount of shit that I would Google or whatever and try to figure out, okay, how do I do this thing? That doesn't look like my screen at all. I don't even have that button. And it's that's their official help page, right? So all this shit is so out of date. It's so hard to keep every goddamn thing lined up that you're just lost or you're learning the wrong things.
They have we use Salesforce and we have to switch off of it because like there's just so much documentation there. I literally feel like I'm working at the library at the Vatican, right? And I'm not trying to comb through that shit.
Oh yeah. Well, and but to get to the end of the rainbow and find out that that shit was all wrong because it's too old, or they changed it, or they renamed it, or it's not called that anymore, or you have to actually and then there's like five things that every single person leaves out because they just take it for granted. And guilty of it, do it. We all do it. But those are the things that get people tripped up, and it makes you lose your ever-loving mind because you spend all this time, to your point, likelihood of outcome success, nothing after all that, and it's misery. So yeah, you're
Let's
absolutely
get this affiliate because the part that I'm really excited about is actually going to be the promotion part of it because now people can see, start seeing effort to dollar conversions, right? So get this shit done ASAP, you
for sure.
know, because that's like I've been pitched so many fucking AI job hunting tools. I still have product managers and recruiters reaching out to me and saying like,
Hey,
they're
you,
like, I'm finally gonna be like a tech career coach. I was like, I already exited, bro. What the fuck? We were at orientation the same way. I mean, what the fuck?
2000 and late. Yeah,
I was like, what are you waiting for? I was like,
yeah.
you were a better recruiter than I was. Like, like, as soon as you take action, your app doesn't need to be, and everybody knows this, but people still feel differently about it when like it's theirs, is that it doesn't need to be perfect because Lovable was not perfect when it first came out. OpenAI was not perfect when it first came out. There was a lot of hype, but the thing was
It
like
all
they
sucks.
knew it was going to buy enough time to go out there and just keep on improving. So we want to ship this as soon as possible, get the feedback, iterate, and like ship again. Versus like we're just built. We're if you're constantly in builder mode, you are chasing this degree of perfection based upon your own assumptions and your own standards that may not mean anything to the customer. So if
And,
you
and,
think, yeah,
and what you just dropped on this video, right? I could have spent the next 6 months building features, fixing, tweaking, doing this, doing that. None of that would have been the thing that actually is going to drive action, which is how the fuck do I use this? And that is the last thing that I would have thought to do. Because why? Because head down, your head's in the clouds, you're doing the things that, whatever. But the fundamentals still matter. You can't miss that part. And that's huge. So, Hundo,
yo,
going
let's go
in.
3 million ARR in the next fucking like 45 days.
Let's light it up.
You
Well,
know?
so here's the thing. So everyone, talks a big game. Well, it's hard, Rich. Well, it's tough out there. It's tough and this type of stuff. It's like we're doing it live. Watch, follow, subscribe, do those things, and see what happens. Let's prove it. Let's do this. Show me.
It people say like it's like I was like, no, like it was 100 applications to get one interview 10 years ago. It's still 100 fucking applications to get one interview now. It has not like if if you're not able to do like I was like the physical fitness standard was 8 pull-ups to be a Marine 10 years and
Right.
it's we cannot lower that bar, you know? So like, yeah, dude, let's fucking grab this cash because none of these motherfuckers are gonna do anything about it anyways, right? And like, yeah, I
Or
had
come get,
a
or come at it. Like go. Like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Like I had this one lady that was just like, she's like, there's very legitimate reasons why people are feeling this way. I never said there was not,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
I was like, they're raising the military age in all these, like, in Germany by the end of the year, they're just like, if you're leaving the country for a prolonged period of time, we need to know where you're at. I was like, what do you think these guys are all getting ready? I was like, you're gonna want more cash in your pocket rather than less. And I don't even think it's gonna be that bad, right? But like, let's get this money because what I realized was when we broke into cybersecurity and you saw just like a 60,000 view video, right? I recorded like 400 shorts and like newsletters, content galore, right? And I was just like, oh, zero calls. And then all of a sudden, like, I think it was like 63 days later, it just started flooding in. And I was just, the whole time I just told myself, like, everything that you're telling yourself right now, like Mr. Beast went through it. Like, whenever you're launching
You know
something
what
new,
doesn't get enough fucking attention or enough honesty?
what?
You need a goddamn trend, right? Like you kind of need a wave to ride. So everything needs to say, all of it. And a little bit like when you're prepared and then the wave comes, then you can jump on that shit. Anybody who's ever tried surfing, like you don't just do it when you want to. You got to have some rhythm. You got to, you know what I mean? Like there's other
That,
that come.
that's, that's the freaking, anything that you're doing, if it's worth doing, it's gonna go ahead. Shit, yeah, I pulled this thing up for like people too. Like, we had this guy, he was like, I was showing him how to sell PDFs, and it went from like $200, like $300, and then like boom, it went up to like uh 10K, then 8,300, then 11,000, and then 30,000 in 1 month, right? And the hilarious thing was I actually documented it in the entire YouTube video, which is right here. And yeah, it built up from like it started off at like 216, and like the whole thing just ran like this. And it was like 216, and then it's like this entire time on a graph it doesn't seem like a long time, but in the heat of battle you're like, this is taking forever. And then
Yeah.
it goes like, ah. And then the hilarious thing is like once you actually hit that, right, then the people are like, well, what happened here?
Right.
Like, was it just like, like, is it, what, you gather some fucking feedback, you find out what the fuck is going wrong, and then you're like, huh, right? But at the end of it, his last month in November, he did 30,000, right? So the thing is also like, whatever it is that you figured out, expect to have like copycats and stuff. But that's when you also have to think about like, okay, maybe we make the affiliate offer a little bit juicier, right? Maybe we go out there and this is the like every I really believe like every obstacle is an opportunity. Like, okay, well, how come we haven't tried this in the UK? Or how come like let's go ahead and roll this out. Like you start thinking about stuff, and that's life. You struggle, you struggle, and it's just like you're like, oh my gosh, like you know, work, 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 work. Boom,
Well,
I just got paid. It's like overnight success, right? But
100.
then you ride that wave, and then if you're smart, you're getting ready for the next fucking hurdle. And trust me, there's nothing harder than working hard while you're making a lot of money. I've been like, I couldn't bring my like I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, Rich,
Can't stop.
you're like, oh, this is your fourth hour on Call of Duty, buddy. You gotta go. It's like he's scared. Like, he's just fucking. And then some other bullshit is. But either way, even if you're stressed out about it, uh, there's gonna be the copycats because you figure it out, and it's easier to do a copycat now than later. So that's also the reason why like the brands that are able to stay, they are like they have a following because you have like that fan club. And I think that's kind of the reason why I'm still alive is because like I have that fan club. I have my haters, but I still got more fans. Well, I probably still have like an equal amount of haters that I have fans, right? But like then it's just like, okay, so what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? But that's the game that you're playing is like you have that freaking struggle. And if you just type in first 100 customers, on Google, like Sam Altman did a video on like first 100 customers, like Y Combinator, they have specialized training on first 100. The first 100 is like the hardest. And then after that, it's just like you're just riding that wave. And
Yeah.
what you realize is every product has like an evolutionary shelf life. So you take that money and then you redeploy it onto other guys, hoping one or two of those guys pop. And then you take that and then on, and it's literally you're playing Monopoly again. It was like what, four greenhouses, one red hotel, right? That's the thing is you figure out this app. You're gonna go to market with it. You're gonna run it, run it, run it, run it. You're always only gonna be able to get so far on your own. You have to bring in affiliates to and influencers to go out there and promote. Because if they see it as a pathway where they can make money with you, they are more incentivized to make money with you versus other people just watching you make money on your own, right? And they're going to be a better promoter than you and I could ever be a promoter of our own business because you're supposed to promote yourself, right? That's just the thing. Once you actually have that, then it's just like, all right, then you figure out the next opportunity and then you invite that entourage to be like, all right, guys, this is the next thing. And then you guys just keep riding the wave and the wave and the wave. This is exactly like how money is actually going to be made right now. Is going to be done in wolf packs
You
of
need a tribe.
promotion.
You gotta have a tribe.
Right, right, right. Wolf packs of just an affiliate army where very disciplined group of people that are going to be promoting, 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 and they're just going to be looking for that next group, that next product to promote. So I'm going to get the Zoom recording over to you. Let's clear the action items. Let's get these guys educated on how to promote. And honestly, the more you learn how to promote, the better you just get at fucking promoting.
Well, and here's the thing, all of these skills directly transferable because you need to have a voice. You can't just be hiding out somewhere. You gotta be able to sell. And whether it's yourself or your chipmunk or whatever the fuck it is, you gotta have at least a couple rounds of going through this stuff. So 100% with you.
Yeah. Like now somebody brings me something like I'm like ready to go with it because like I've just done when you do the process like so many times, that's when like companies start reaching out to you and they're just like, can you do this for us? Right. Because it's just like it's the same thing. It's like these are gonna be I just see it. Like these are the reasons why people are saying no. We have to go to market quickly. These are the things that we need to go. It's always going to be the same ingredients every single time. We need user education to achieve results quickly. We need a clear pathway for affiliates to go out there and monetize with you. And the easier way to do it is combine the two. Turn your customers into your marketing sales force. You know, once you basically have that, you know, um, yeah, dude, I'm so pumped up with this. Isn't just like you want to know why I'm doing this thing with you right now at like 10:32 at night. You and like I'll do it for anybody that's just like they're doers, right? Is by the end by like 4th of July, the end of the year, companies are just gonna be contacting us left and right. It's like, can you go ahead and do that for us?
That thing you did, like
Right,
we
right, right. Like, yeah, can you do that for because nobody has a problem building anything anymore. It's about going to market, and because we have distribution in place, whether it's software product, physical product, we can just dump it. Granted, it's also got to be a good product solving like a real
yeah,
problem out there,
can't be bullshit. Yeah, and
All
you gotta
right.
learn from your customers and you gotta do all those things. That's table stakes.
Yo, yo, take a break from building. Now we got to go to do pure cash printing. Okay.
Absolutely.
You guys saw that Whop. It is at zero.
Yeah, this is day zero, literally.
This is day
Watch.
zero. Okay. And we about to go 0 to 100 and beyond. Uh, let's get it. I'll talk to you later.
Peace.